In this video, I'm going to have to ask, which fan base is going to be more spoiled? Los Angeles or Tampa Bay? It's just interesting that, as of this recording, we had the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays meeting in the World Series. Of course, it would have been too easy to pick both ones advancing to the World Series when it came back to the bracket challenge for my MLB picks. But also what makes it more interesting is that you have most recently the Stanley Cup champion and the NBA champion meeting when it comes to sports fans in their respective cities. And of course, with 2020 being what it is, it's also fairly recent that the Stanley Cup and the NBA championship has been awarded. So I have to ask you, who do you think will be even more spoiled to have 2 out of 4 major sports championships at the same time and then uniquely a month apart? I mean, I still personally picked Los Angeles Dodgers to win the World Series, but it also wouldn't be surprising if the Tampa Bay Rays also go on and win the World Series, as they've had a fairly good team for the last few years. They just haven't gone over the hump. Almost very similar to the Tampa Bay Lightning when they won their Stanley Cup. But I know the Los Angeles Lakers also won the NBA championship with LeBron James. But the Los Angeles Dodgers, when it comes to the Major League Baseball, they had the best record in baseball altogether. So yeah, definitely one sports base will definitely be a lot more spoiled if either the Los Angeles Dodgers win the World Series or the Tampa Bay Rays win the World Series. And then at the same time, we'll either have the NBA and the World Series crown at the same time, or the Stanley Cup crown and the World Series at the same time. You almost have to look back on when was the last time, if that's ever happened. I know the closest that I came to recent memory, that Cleveland, when they won the NBA championship, finally with LeBron James, that the Cleveland Indians wasn't able to finish off the job in the World Series, where finally the Chicago Cubs won it that year. And then I think there was a couple instances where I do remember in 2009, that earlier in the winter, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers still that won the Super Bowl, and then eventually the Pittsburgh Penguins won the Stanley Cup. And then speaking of Super Bowl, you almost got to wonder if one of these two cities get the World Series with either their respective NBA championship or Stanley Cup. Could they go for a triple crown and have the Super Bowl? I mean, Tampa Bay has their high hopes that they've landed Tom Brady in free agency. However, when it comes to Los Angeles, well, it won't be my Chargers that they'll be looking at to win the Super Bowl, but maybe the Los Angeles Rams. When you look at the NFC West standings, because I know my Chargers play in the AFC West. But that's what I'll ask. It's just my quick touch upon on. It's just interesting that the World Series matchup worked out, that you had the latest NBA championship and the Stanley Cup championship in their cities battling it out, and given how much later those championships are awarded, one of those cities will be just getting off and recovering from the hangover from celebrating to have yet another championship to celebrate. So that's what I put out in this video. So anyway, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, home to Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, I do mostly talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, but I also casually follow the other Major League sports that Calgary's now part of. But I also do personal vlogs, attempt at comedy, and I also do share my experiences, let's say I'm on the road or at a sporting event. So if that all sounds like you'd be interested to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, you know what you need to do. Just make sure you hit like, subscribe, and I'll also have my other social links down in the description below for other ways you can follow me. So as I say, hopefully you enjoy the World Series. That's what I've heard so far. It's actually been one of the lowest watched World Series in a while, but everything's all out of whack this year, so that's to be expected as well. Everything just happened at the same time, but they've actually had some fans at the World Series games that had been played in Arlington, Texas, and I did also saw, or at least that Major League Baseball has finally been clear of no cases after having that initial speed bump at the start of the season. So as I say, I'll see you in the next video.